The much-anticipated 5th season of The Real Housewives of Durban has officially started streaming on Showmax. The show follows the lives of successful and influential wives as they navigate family, careers and friendships, all while looking fabulous. The show is the longest-running franchise in South Africa and on the continent. OG cast members Sorisha, Naidoo and Williams hold the fort, with multi-season returnee Jojo Robinson and Ndlela, who started on the show in the last season. And the ladies are joined by new faces as well. So we talk about what to expect, the show's success, and what it takes to be a housewife, as well as a mental wellness while living life in the public eye. We're now joined in studio by Angel, Ndlela, and Sorisha Naidoo will join us on Zoom in just a minute. But Angel, welcome to Newzroom Afrika. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about you, Angel. You're not new to The Real Housewives. I believe you joined in season 4.
Yes, it's my 2nd season.
Right. So what was that journey? How did you get to be on The Real Housewives?
So they'd been asking me for the past 2 years, but obviously I wasn't seeing anyone, I wasn't married, and I felt like I wasn't in a space to be on the show. But I think 3 years later, which was 2023, they then approached me, and I felt like business-wise, mentally, and obviously with the partner that I had at the time, I felt like I was fitting to join the show, so I agreed.
Fantastic. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Angel.
Well, I'm a businesswoman, through and through, honors graduate, dropped out of masters, boohoo. And I'm a girl from a very small town of Howick. Very little opportunities in our town, so being a girl who moved to Durban, got her education, and now on one of the biggest shows in the continent is so huge for me, and I'm so blessed to be on the show.
And I actually wanted to ask you that what was your initial reaction when you were asked to basically be on the show? Had you watched it before?
I've been a watcher of the Real Housewives franchise since Orange County, which was like a good 10 or 15 years ago. So I already knew what it was like, but I never in my wildest dreams thought I'd be part of the franchise. So it was an interesting call for me.
Yeah. Did you have any reservations at all when you got that phone call about putting your life out there, or did it just come naturally for you?
To be honest, I didn't, because you can't really fake being authentic. I just felt like, you know, obviously there are people that are not going to like you and people that are going to like you. So I was just like, let's do it.
Sure. All right. So now when it comes to, I mean, looking fabulous all the time is a lot of work, right? I mean, like, you look gorgeous now. What would you say about, you know, having to keep up appearances? Would you say that works for your personality? And what are the pressures around that, especially with being on the show?
I think one thing the stereotype is the fact that you have to live this glamorous life, which makes sense, but it is a reality show. So you're not always going to be all prepped up, looking good, but for the most part, you have to look the part. And I feel like a lot of people had come for me because, you know, I'm not like a housewife, I'm not married to some rich man, but I do come from a prominent family and I do make my own money. So luxury is really subjective, and the people that get it do get it.
So we're now joined by Sorisha on the line. Good morning, Sorisha. Welcome to Newzroom Afrika.
Good morning. How are you?
Very well, thank you. And how are you?
Good, good.
Fantastic. Now, you are a woman who wears very many hats. You're a mother, you're a wife, you're a philanthropist, a businesswoman, radio, there's acting. I mean, you've pretty much been in the spotlight your entire adult life. What's been your coping mechanism?
I think staying out of the he said, she said, and not giving two hoots about what people think of you. I think that's the most important thing. I think after years of, you know, being under the microscope, it's very, very important to establish a sense of who you are. And if you're comfortable in that space, then nothing else is going to touch you.
Now, Angel, what would you say are the pros and cons of being a cast member on The Real Housewives?
I think the cons would definitely be like the mental health. You have to have a very strong mind. As Sorisha is saying, not giving what people say about you. Like, one thing that I live by is I don't care what another person thinks about me. You weren't there when I was building myself. You're definitely not going to bring me down. And the pros are definitely being with the likes of Sorisha, who has been so great to me, being with the likes of Usli, and just being with great women on a cast like that. It is truly amazing.
What would you say are some of the things that you've taken away from your relationships with some of the women that you are casted with?
To be much calmer, I can be a firecracker, and Sorisha sometimes tell me, can you just please calm down? So I've really taken that away. The past year for me has really been transformative, and I'm very grateful for that.
All right, Sorisha, now you've been part of the Real Housewives for the last 5 seasons, so you're in no way new to this at all. How have you coped with the public scrutiny and just living your life on television, basically, for everyone to see, for everyone to criticize or not?
I think it's very difficult when it comes to, after you watch every season and you decide, okay, these were my highlights, I could have done this better, but then you realize that it's something that has to happen. And when you understand that and you accept that, it becomes easier. Like just having a relationship with Angel over the last 2 years, it's so much different. I've seen Angel grow into this beautiful woman who just knows her worth so much more than I would see her in season 1. Like she was a firecracker in season 1, and to see her now in season 2, it's just been such an amazing run. The 2 years, like growing, exploring each other. So it's about giving people a chance. It's about making sure you got everybody. And it's also acceptance of yourself every single step of the way.
Now, what are some of the things that you've read or seen about yourself, and what misconceptions have you seen out there?
Oh, I love that one. So I think one thing that I really, really get a lot is when people say that I'm the executive producer of the show. It's like always a shocker to me because, I don't have any say in the show. I don't know what happens. I don't even know if I'm coming back for another season until I'm asked. So yeah, I love the fact that people think I'm the executive producer. I wish I got a salary for that as well. Double salary would not hurt at all.
That's a compliment. All right. And so, Angel, what can we expect from season 5 of The Real Housewives?
I feel like you guys are going to love this season. It's a more diverse group, zero toxicity this time. Obviously, drama is the name of the game, but for myself, a lot of maturity, a lot of being rational, and just building solid and true relationships.
And is that drama real, Sorisha? I've always wanted to ask this.
Listen, the drama is always real, okay? It's like when you get a headache from shooting a scene with 8 to 10 women and you sitting on your way back in your vehicle and your head is throbbing from the after effects of it, the drama is real.
All right. So what do you hope people will take away from the season, Angel?
That, again, luxury is subjective, and that as women, we need to support each other. I feel like the show is the last running one in our country and 2 in our continent, so we really need to support each other, and each to their own, man.